I'm here with another video. This is going to be something you've never seen me do before. You've probably seen thousands of them on YouTube already, but this is one I'm going to try and see how it works. So basically my problem is I've got some game boards that I make. Actually, it's a scoreboard for a game. And they use these these little pegs. And you stick them down in, I got several little holes in there. You stick them down in, depending on what progress you are, you move these to the different hole in the game board. Well, I've been buying these online, and they're made of wood. And I'd really like to make them out of resin. And I have a lot of the resin stuff now. I have some molds. Well, the first thing I need to do is make a mold for this. So basically the idea is, let me just run through this real quick. I'm going to stack these. I'm going to put them on a piece of tape here in just a second. I'm going to put these side by side. And I'm going to make 5 across and 5 more right here. And this is going to be set on top of it. We'll fill it full of a silicone rubber. And when it sets, I'll be able to pull that out and pull those individual ones out. And I'll show you all this later. And then I can fill them full of resin and let those resins cure. And I should be able to have any color I want of these pegs made out of resin instead of wood. So let's get into it. So there's my pegs. Here's my mold walls. This is pretty simple. I bought this, and I'll put this in the description also, but I'll just show you real quick. This is Let's Resin mold housing. And again, I'll put that link in the description, so if you need some of yourself, you'll be able to find it. But there's what the user manual looks like. And you can kind of see here on the picture the different shapes that you can make. And you can buy more than one of these and make any size you want, just about. Anyway, so I've got these housings. I'm going to put them together, and they got a little groove and a protruding place that they will fit together like this. So let's put those together. They come with these clips. Just clip them together like that. Put another one down here. Clip it together. And another one here. Like putting a little jigsaw puzzle together. Much easier, of course. Okay, there we go. Now, it comes with double-sided sticky tape that you can put around here instead of down, but instead of that, I'm going to use this resin tape over here. That way I can stick stuff I'm going to be using. Here's the label off of it. It's called Resin Tape. HKAC, I don't know what that says, but anyway, that's what I've got. Here it is. It should be wide enough to make this work, so I'll set that over there. This is a piece of printer paper. Well, it's piece of plastic basically is what it is. A little bit stiffer than just plastic wrap, but I'm just putting that down in case I need to stop something from dripping past. So this is the width of the tape. That should be plenty wide. Alright, I'm going to take that tape, cut this end off of it. And pull off enough that I need. plenty. Cut that. Lay that down. I think I'm going to put the mold over it first. Mold walls. Stick that down really good. Make sure it's all stuck down all the way around it. That should work. So now I'm going to put in the pegs, stick them down on that same tape. One. Seem to be stuck down pretty good. Now I'm going to mix up the silicone rubber, pour it in here. I'll be back after I'm going to get that weighed out, and so you don't have to see all that. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now I've got this silicone rubber mixed up. It's a 1-to-1 ratio by volume, and I'm going to use 200 milliliters. Pour this in now, slowly. And hope it doesn't leak. So basically the directions say to put about 1/4 of an inch above the thing that you're trying to make the mold for. So I just calculated the volume of this rectangle and then converted it to milliliters. And that's what I made, 200 mils. A little bit, should be plenty of room. Let's hope anyway. And let's scrape this. And you can see me dripping it. That's why I put that plastic underneath it. I didn't want to drip it on my silicone mat. And there's a few bubbles in it, but I don't think that's going to matter for what I'm doing this for. I might be able to get the bubbles out. Let's see. Work it just a little bit. And if this don't work, I'll do it again. Alright guys, I'll be back when this thing is set up and I demold it, and then we'll see if we can make some pegs out of some resin. See you in a little bit. Okay, we're back. Feels like it's set up good. So I'm going to disassemble this. First I'm going to pull tape off of it. See if I can. And that tape's stuck. And let's pull it apart first. go. Alright, now all I gotta do is get the pegs out and we can fill them back up. Let's try this. Shove them out like this so I can grab it. Okay, there's our mold. Still got a little green on it from the tape, but that won't hurt anything. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some resin, decide what color I want. I'm going to make all of them the same color, and then I'll make another batch of a different color until I got all the pegs that I need. So we'll be back here in just a minute. I'll get the resin ready, and I'll show you how I get it all injected. Talk to you in a minute. Okay, I think I'm going to try some UV resin first. I don't know if it'll work, because if you'll see, this is the length of the peg, and it is way down in there. That's not exactly clear, so I don't know if UV light will get to it or not, but just as an experiment, let's give it a shot. So here's my UV resin. I used less resin, UV resin. This is the clear hard type. Just gonna squirt it directly in there. Squeeze it a little bit, get the air out of it. Mess, looks like. Let's scrape a little off the top there so make it unflat at the top. Okay. Let's give that a shot. Cure it and look for about 3 minutes, maybe a little longer. It's thicker. Okay, that's been 3 minutes. I'm going to give that a shot and see if that works. Set up here. Yep, set up good there. Part set. Alright, let's see if I can get it out. Well, we'll see if it worked or not. Well, it didn't quite work. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is, it did It did set up good though. Just didn't get all the way to the bottom, which I thought might be a problem. So I'm gonna have to use a needle, and I have some syringes with a needle. I can stick that in there and just fill it up from the bottom up. But at least the UV part worked. So anyway, let me get that equipment ready, and I'll come back and show you again. Okay, now that we got the mold made, I need to inject it with a syringe. I'm going to use this low viscosity UV resin, which I hope will keep the bubbles out of it. And I'm going to do 8 of these. There's 10 of them. I've already done a couple, so I'm going to do the other 8 on camera. So take that lid off. I'm going to suck it up in that syringe. We'll start injecting it in the holes. We'll go all the way down to the bottom. Put the lid back on this real quick before I make a mess. Alright, so I've got that all the way down into the bottom of it. We'll start gently pushing it in. And watch for it to come up. There it is already. So this doesn't take much. Okay, that one seems to be filled. Let's go down to the bottom of that one. Gently push it in. And that one looks like it's filled. Pretty good. Let's put the rest back in the bottle. Make sure you don't get, if you want to reuse your syringe, make sure you don't get it close to the UV light or it'll be solid in there and you'll never move it again. I'm going to clean it up with alcohol here in a minute. And we'll put the lid back on this. And let's put the other lid on. And then I'm going to get my UV light from J. Diction. Set it over the top. I've got a mirror underneath it, as you see. And so I can reflect some of that UV light back up to the bottom, even though it's pretty thick mold. And I'm going to set it for 180 seconds, or 3 minutes. Okay, we've just got a few more seconds. I wanted to tell you that make sure, if you're using a mirror like this, don't look into the mirror while it's on. You don't want that UV light shining up in your eyes. It may damage them. So anyway, there's 3 minutes. Let's pull this off. Put that over here. And now, let's check. Make sure it's all, looks like it's pretty all hard. So, let's demold it. So let's push out on that one. Push that one. Get it out. Ah, there you go. Let's see if it's, make sure it's not sticky. Nope, looking good. So there's one. There's another. And just keep demolding them all till you got them out. Alright, there you have it. That one and 2 more I made earlier. Minus the one that didn't go all the way. And I've got my set of clear ones. So all I gotta do now is start mixing up some colors, and because I've got all these different colored pegs I need to make. Pink, blue, white, yellow, orange, purple. I'll probably use the clear for the white. And all these colors. So 10 colors in all. I'll just mix those up before I start injecting it. Anyway, that's the way it's done. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. And if you need anything from me, just let me know. My phone number is available. We got an Etsy store. And these will probably get put on the Etsy store along with the Phase 10 scoreboard that I've making these for. So anyway, once again, thanks a lot. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.